So unlike last year's December exams, last year's December exams came at about 15th. These year's December exams will be coming on the 4th. It will be starting on the 4th all the way up to the 7th. So meaning that they have brought these exams quite close. And if we would want to pass, ladies and gentlemen, these exams within this very shortest time frame, short semester, then the concept of you getting to class right away is very essential. You must get to classes, start studying seriously before your results are released. Before your results are released, it will be very important for you to get started with your learning. And as a school, ladies and gentlemen, we happen to have given you guys a good package. We told you what you need to do is to pay a commitment fees. You only need to pay a commitment fees of Kenya shillings what year? 1,200 per paper. 1,200 per paper. Trust you me, given how exams work last semester, you guys will be able to pass. Trust you me. Have some faith. You're going to pass. So in that case, instead of you waiting for results, which will be coming out towards the end of this month, you would rather be inside a classroom studying, as opposed to, in this case, you're being out there and yet you're planning to do December exams. You would rather be studying. Should things in this case here work, then you will only top up fees, because this semester we are charging 4,500 per paper. So if you risk and get into class at this rate, you'll only add 3,300. All right, and then you continue doing what you are studying. Should things not work, are you going to lose the 1,200? No. If things don't work, ladies and gentlemen, what will happen is that this money, for example, assuming you pay for advanced financial management, which is at the advanced level, and then when your results are released, perhaps by bad luck, unfortunately, you get a fail in financial reporting. You get a fail in financial reporting that you're done at the intermediate level, then we shall just transfer all this money to financial reporting as a retake. Assuming we shall have a retake fee of 3,500. A retake fee of 3,500, as you study for the paper that you have failed, you'll only add something small on top of these 1,200 to be able to repeat that paper with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm repeating this for the very last time. Don't stay far away. Trust you me, given how exams have been marked, almost all of us are going to pass, and as such, don't waste your whole month at home. Be in class, be studying, and when you're in class, just read as much as somebody who knows that for sure they have passed. That's all regarding that short announcement, that it is important for us to get into classroom, and we have been able to give you guys quite a good affordable amount, which in this case you need to commit and risk and continue doing what you are studying. That is Kenya shillings what you are, 1,200 per paper. And of course, I will always give you our pay bill. Our pay bill number is 6242 839. Account number, the subjects you are doing. The subjects you are doing, for example, FM, FR, etc. Once you write like that, we shall be able to, you don't even have to pass your message to anybody else. The moment you have written just your papers nicely. And for example, nowadays it's important, right? You can write here FM, FR, etc, whatever, and then you can specify, for example, you want early morning, just write EM, early morning or evening, because currently, if you are careful, you must have noticed that we have introduced 5 a.m. classes, and then we have the usual evening classes. And we are lucky because we are getting now, I mean, these are market we're not thought of. We are getting some great number of students that is registering also for what year? For early morning. So it's good also you specify. In case you get an issue as you are paying, of course, you may have paid and you're not being added very quickly to the groups, then you can send your message or on WhatsApp to this number, 0719 525,000. 0719 525,000. Now, the other thing that students have told me to comment about is this issue of what here? Globalization. Globalization, you can see nurses, engineers, people are running to countries outside there. So as accountants, how do we position ourselves and become a global accountants who are able to work in whichever countries? ISPAC has done quite a great job. For example, ISPAC has got what we call mutual recognition agreements. Mutual recognition agreements with CPA Australia, for example, with CPA Australia, with CPA Australia, with CPA Australia. So what you need to do after you get your CPA, ladies and gentlemen, even before you fly to Australia, ensure that you do, it's just one paper that you do to get this CPA Australia when you are still in Kenya. When you are still in Kenya, very, very important. You know, this CPA basically can open so many doors for you. Only that students do not get a chance of knowing some of these things. That if you want to fly, for example, to Australia sometime, say in 3-4 years from today, it will be very important after you clear your CPA K. You have become a member of ISPAC. ISPAC has opened doors for you. There is a mutual recognition agreement, where in this case here, CPA Australia is required here to recognize CPA Kenya who go to Australia. So you get that certificate of CPA Australia when you are here. Another agreement that CPA has also another agreement, ISPAC has another agreement with ACCA, Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. If you are a member of ISPAC, remember ACCA has got 2 levels. We have fundamental level, we have got professional level. Fundamental level has got 9 papers, professional level has got 4 papers. So if you're a member of ISPAC, given the mutual recognition agreement, all ISPAC members are exempted from these 9 papers. So you only do how many papers here? These 4 papers, and then you become an ACCA. ACCAs are allowed to practice in very, very many countries, more so in these European countries, ACCA. But here you would have to do more papers, and I would advocate us to take, in this case here, this ACCA as the roadmap to Europe, as our roadmap to Europe. We should take what here? ACCA. We should take ACCA. Then we have some mutual recognition agreement with, especially if you go to ACCA. ACCA, after you get this, ACCA has got also a mutual recognition agreement with CPA Canada. With CPA Canada, if you go this way, then you will get ACCA, ISPAC first, get ACCA, then go and do what we call CPA Canada. You do the CPA Canada, and you are doing all these great things while you're still where? Here. So that when it comes to you looking for visas, it becomes very easy, because you'll go to Canadian Embassy, tell them that, you know what, you guys are a member even of a professional body in your country. That automatically will endear you to them. The other thing that students have told me to talk about is this concept of foreign languages to accountants. Foreign languages to accountants. Are they really very important? Foreign languages to accountants. Are foreign languages very important? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been in this field for so many years. So many years teaching. I've taught, in this case, students that I know who are doing very well. And among the cadre of students that I've taught that are doing very well are those students who knew the importance of foreign languages for an accountant. For those of you who are still very young, if I were your age, as I do my CPA, whenever I see a very, very little chance, however little it is, I'll strive to master one language, which in this case, ladies and gentlemen, could either be, like, if I'm the one here doing this, French, like we have one sister here called Saumu doing Arabic. It's also a UN language. We have, in this case here, for example, China. I would do Chinese, because China is becoming a big thing. And remember, as an accountant, you don't need to know a lot of French. What you need to do basically is to understand the language of translating, especially financial statements. If you got financial statements that are written in Chinese, how do you translate them to English? Once you reach there, and then you start now taking this board a little bit higher, and you start translating, for example, business plans, business reports, etc. You start becoming good. You just grow that language slowly by slowly. You'll automatically become, in this case here, a consultant in this area. And it's an area that is being sought after by so many institutions, including KRA. KRA right now is really chasing after Chinese companies who are reporting using their language. All right. So once you know how to translate all these Chinese construction firms, they would want, in this case here, tax consultants. If you know how to speak their language, and of course you're an accountant who is quite well versed with our tax law, then automatically you will become the go-to person in their case. So these are some of the things, I get many guys complaining that, there are no jobs, CPA. It depends on how you package yourself. At your free time, what do you do during your free time? Do you have some hobbies that, for example, include learning of foreign languages? And this foreign language, of course, you'll not do them with us here. No. But if you really wish to study them with us, you can go to our physical classes. We have physical classes where you can go and study. That is RCM Standbank House. RCM Standbank House, you can get these foreign languages if you wish. But if you're doing this as a freelance thing, something you do at your own time, you can also go the YouTube way, etc., and you'll be able to learn them like that. Now, because I have another class, is there anybody who has some burning questions that they would want us to address? Anybody who has got some burning questions that would want us to address? Okay. Great. So in this case here, they are saying, ladies and gentlemen, that that's Liz, come up clearly about ACCA. ACCA, as I said, stands for Association of Chartered Certified Accountants. It has got 13 papers in total. It has 9 papers under the fundamental, 9 papers under the professional, 4 papers. So how many papers do you need to do to become an ACCA? 13. CPA has made arrangements with the ACCA such that in this case here, guys who have done CPA, they'll be exempted from these 9 papers. They'll only do 4 papers. They do 4 papers for them to become what here? ACCAs. For them to become ACCA. And once you become an ACCA, like myself, I'm a member of the ACCA. There are so many benefits, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, ACCA has also arrangements with, for example, the University of London. Once you are an ACCA, you'll go to the University of London, you go there virtually. You are doing this from home here. You go to the University of London, and while you are at the University of London, you'll be able to get MSc Finance by just doing 2 research papers. And then you are at home. You'll be having that ACCA. Good question here from Nelly. What is the difference between a CPA Kenya, and a CPA finalist? A CPA finalist, once you clear your advanced level, then you become a CPA finalist. You only become a member of ISPAC or a CPA when you register with ISPAC, meaning that you must be having some good number of years of experience, etc. But otherwise, if you have just cleared with CASNEB and you haven't registered with ISPAC, then you are a CPA finalist and you're going to miss on so many job opportunities. There are very many jobs outside there that demand that you have to be a member of ISPAC. When they say you have to be a member of ISPAC and you're not registered with them, then you don't qualify. Now, which papers in this case here do we? Which papers do we do? These 4 papers of ACCA. Which papers are these? Very easy question. Thank you very much for asking those questions. The papers that you do here, these 4 papers, we have what we call strategic business reporting, SBR. Strategic business reporting. We have the strategic business leader, which is the same as what leadership and management. We have in this case here what we call advanced financial management, and then we have AAA, advanced auditing and assurance. A clarification: the 1200 is additional. It's inclusive You see the fees here is 4,500 per paper. So if you are paying this commitment fee for you to get to class, this 1,200 will be deducted from this. So you'll come and only pay 3,300 later on. So 1,200 is part of this 4,500. Is part of the 4,500. Any other question? Thank you very much for asking those questions. Only 4 papers, you earn ACCA, yes. Only 4 papers and you earn ACCA, yes. Great. Thank you very much, Kevin Wanjala, for asking that question. This ACCA concept, does it apply to CPA finalists or CPAK? It applies to both, but now there is a catchword. It applies to both, but now there is a catchword. This ACCA, we have said here, has 9 papers here in the fundamental, and it has in the professional, it has 4 papers, so 13 papers in total. When you are a member of ISPAC has negotiated for you in terms of you not paying the exemption fees. In terms of you not paying the exemption fees. This exemption fees here runs to something over 100,000. So if you're a CPA finalist, you'll be forced to pay the 100,000 exemption fee. So what I've seen my students doing is to, upon them becoming CPA finalists, they run very fast to ISPAC and even register as a ISPAC associate members. The one where you pay just 2,000 to ISPAC. Once you are whichever kind of a member, it doesn't matter whether it's an associate member or a full member, then you'll be able to enjoy all the exemptions without paying any exemptions fees. Great. Installments for BDA. BDA, for you to be able to join BDA, thanks for asking that question. BDA, remember, the full fees is 8,500. But as you wait for your exams, we have a commitment fee of 2,000. As you wait for your exams, the 8,500, you have a commitment fee of 2,000. So once your results are okay and you'll be able to come and join us, then automatically you'll pay 6,500 by that time. 6,500. Thank you very much for that question. AFM and AAA for ACCA, do they have any difference from those in CPA? Not much difference. If you are keen enough, you must have realized, like, for example, at RCM, we normally use ACCA content in most cases to teach, right? The only difference is that, you know, them, they have been in the market for so long, their content and even examination setting style is up there, is a high quality. Otherwise, you will not strain. When you are a member of ISPAC, you can't strain doing their ACCA, you can't strain doing ACCA papers. Great. Great. We are overcoming. So please, this industry has got quite a lot for everybody. What matters most is how you dance while on stage. How you dance while you are on stage is what matters most. Like myself, I remember when I used to do these CPA papers a long time ago. All right. I mean, I never knew in this case here breaks. I was doing so many things. Like I finished CPA like this. I went straight away to ACCA, knocked ACCA. I did other certifications on sustainability. That's why some of us were able to get what here good jobs with what here international firms because of how we danced well while on stage. Problem yako na ukisema uko busy, you don't create time for other things. You can't even volunteer to an audit firm for you to get what you experience. You start, in this case, you're starting very late because you are always waiting for results for you to start. So every time yours is basically a crash program. I mean, no. So long as you know proper learning techniques, you can easily go to places with this CPA, with the CPA. Yes, do we offer ACCA at RCM Online College? Yes, we do. Yes. We do. So what matters most, ladies and gentlemen, is how really hungry are you for extra knowledge? If you're doing just CPA like that, and every time you're whining that there are no jobs, trust you me, I know. People are even doing their intermediate level of CPA, even if they have not even done any degree, but they're having very, very good jobs. I know that. What matters most is how aggressive are you in terms of getting what your other skills other than these accounting skills. For example, this concept of you being able to speak well, all right? Public speaking. And I told you how you can get these public speaking skills very easily by joining Toastmasters. All students of RCM must be members of who? Must be members of all students of RCM must be members of Toastmasters. Please go and search what Toastmasters is and their fees. You pay about 1,000, 2,000 shillings every month. If you're employed, very, very important. Please, that's an investment. And you'll become a very good speaker. You'll become a very good speaker. It's a UK non-governmental organization, which is non-profit, which automatically teaches people how to speak, and of course, how to speak well and how to become a great leader. Toastmasters, like this. Toastmasters. Toastmasters. And select the ones that are online, where you do your speeches. Once you do your speeches, you read to them those speeches. Of course, at first they'll allow you to read them, but as you get along, they will tell you to give those speeches without doing what you are, without reading them. And then the good thing is that they will be able to give you feedback. Each one of them, each one of those guys, and they're very good in English. They listen to how you speak, and then they are able to appraise you. They'll tell you, here, you've got filler words. You seem to be stammering a little bit because you're not confident enough, you know. So after you do like that for 1 year, then you become a great public speaker. And once you're a great public speaker as an accountant, that can take you to places that you've never seen before. Great. I've already done that, Kevin. I hope you have seen it. Toastmasters, very important. And remember, in Toastmasters, it doesn't matter how good you are in English right now. Learning of English, public speaking is something that you should engage in throughout. Look at like celebrities. Look at celebrities like Mukisa Kitui, all right? And these big people you hear outside there, Tony Gashoka, etc., good public speakers, including the late Mutula Kilonzo Sr. He was a very good Toastmaster because they believed in Toastmaster. I mean, English is something you should be learning every day. Even Mwalimu here is still a member of Toastmasters, trying to work so hard to see whether I can reach like 70%. Poor people don't know that skill. They don't know that public speaking is a skill that should be honed every other day. You become a very good orator, a very good public speaker, even church, even wherever you go, people will know that, people will be able to notice this person is not your usual person. It's a skill that you should be working on every day. At times you go and face a mirror, speak to the mirror, record yourself, listen to how you speak. If you can even manage, in this case, you have to attend some voice coaching, yes, because you want people who have got that authoritative voice. If it's a man, I mean, we need you to use a deep voice where you speak from the stomach. I'm not a very good coach in that, but what I know, an accountant who knows how to speak very well, they always tend to do much better than these other guys. Speaking and, of course, writing. So if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, is it full classes or part-time? These are part-time. For example, Toastmasters, they have, in this case, your lunch hour classes, etc. Evening classes, weekend-only classes. And because they're online, you'll be able to combine them with your day-to-day activities. How many attempts are allowed in BDS? Tiffy Namare, nowadays, even if you fail 10 times, CASNEB released, or rather in this case, he allowed you to be sitting for these papers as many times as you can. But now remember again, they have brought this concept of what year? 10-year rule. 10-year rule, which puts a ceiling. Like from the date you start, these guys start counting 10 years. Of course, we have information from CASNEB that for the students in this case here who are already at their 10-year threshold, or even who have been in the system for more than 10 years, they're going to issue a fresh circular next year where they'll be able to add you more time. They'll be able to add you guys more time. But the better thing to do, especially if you have begun your CPA this year, know that you've got a 10 years. 10 years duration to finish. Ladies and gentlemen, I happen to be having another class starting right now. If you would wish to get in touch with me, later on, this is my personal number. This is my personal number. If you would wish to also get in touch with the school, this is the school's number, 0719 525,000. Otherwise, thank you very much. I always don't take it for granted whenever I call my students at a very short notice and they're able to come on board. I feel happy. Thank you very much. Bye and bye-bye. And please continue marketing RCM. RCM right now, we are the best in the region. Best in the region. Thank you and bye.